I was recently invited to a private beta test for the upcoming Zombies mode in Blackhawk Risk Mission 5, a test limited to official content creators in the PL5 Discord. And even though the mode is still in early development, I walked away seriously impressed. This isn't just a fun little side mode, it feels like the beginning of something way bigger. Only 10 players were allowed per server, but even with that limit, the atmosphere was intense. It delivered that real quote-unquote zombie apocalypse tension, the kind where every corner might be your last, and trust is a luxury you can't afford. In this video, I'll break down everything I experienced, from survival mechanics and PVPVE interactions to the map, the gear, and what this mode could turn into if it keeps evolving. But first, let's go over the basics. You spawn into a gritty post-apocalyptic New York City. You'll be looting, scavenging, managing hunger and thirst, and fighting to stay alive, not just against the undead, but against other players too. With no safe zones, no teammates, and limited resources, it's every survivor for themselves. The weight system is still a thing in this mode, and though it's hard to overload though, as there are no backpacks. Actually, this is post-editing Yoda. There are backpacks now. There's also vests, hats, camouflage, things like that you won't see in this one, but maybe in the next video. I can also confirm that FLANNEL is back in the game. The devs are planning on adding a PvE version of this game mode, but they said it will be much later down the line. If you want a general idea of what that might look like, the first thing I imagined was for the OG players, the Halloween event in 2020. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Zombies can appear during the day, but things get way more intense at night. And yes, Roblox voice chat works through the in-game radios, which makes for some chaotic and hilarious moments. Keep in mind, this was a very early build. There were missing sounds, some textures still being worked on, and a few bugs, but nothing that took away from the core experience. I'm also going to add that the devs have told us that within 48 hours of me uploading this video, the public test will be released. So you guys can play it. It'll still be in beta, just remember that. There will still be bugs and all that kind of stuff, but it will be here. So with that said, here's what you need to know about Zombies mode and why it might just be the most ambitious update to BRM5 yet. The first thing you notice in BRM5 Zombies is the silence. You're dropped into a ruined urban landscape with almost no background music, no dialogue, no flashy UI, just the wind and the small sounds of the abandoned urban environment. It really sets the tone. You feel isolated, like you're scavenging through a dead city with nothing but your footsteps and paranoia for company. The minimal audio makes everything hit harder when something finally happens, whether it's a distant gunshot or a zombie suddenly rushing you from around the corner. Something to note is that during the first playtest, there weren't any zombie sounds, but during the second one, there was. They sound really good and genuinely scared the piss out of you if you're not careful. However, when night falls, everything changes. Zombies become more aggressive, their numbers skyrocket, and visibility drops to near zero unless you're carrying a flashlight or you drop chem lights. Even though the servers only had 10 players at a time, it felt like all 10 of us could each have 100 zombies on us at once, and sometimes we did. At one point, I turned around while sprinting through the street and saw what must have been 90 zombies pouring out of alleyways and buildings, all barreling toward me. It was straight out of a horror film. This is where the mode really comes alive, where survival becomes chaos and adrenaline spikes. Combat in this mode isn't brainless either, no pun intended. It's all about shot placement. Zombies have limb-based damage, so a clean headshot drops most of them instantly, but if you shoot one in the arm, that arm becomes unusable. Take out the legs and they'll crawl. It's gruesome, but it adds so much tactical depth. You can't just spray into a horde and assume they're done. You might knock one down, only for it to drag itself after you a few seconds later. There are also different zombie types, some faster, some tankier, which forces you to adjust on the fly. Every shot has to count, especially when you're low on ammo and stuck in a tight alleyway. What really surprised me was how well the PVPVE balance felt. Yes, you're fighting off hordes of zombies, but you also have to watch your back for the other players. Still, unlike BRM5's open world, which can be harsh and punishing, zombies feel more structured and fun. You're not just getting sniped from across the map just for existing. The difficulty feels intentional and fair. You're punished when you mess up, not for simply playing the game. As for the map, it's relatively small right now. I was able to explore almost the entire thing during the test. It's dense and urban, but there's a lack of verticality and variety. Some streets look great, but then you hit the edges where buildings just are blocking progression instead of leading into alleyways or layered routes. I'd love to see a future version of this map that's more squared off with defined zones, safe houses, interiors to search, and paths that create more of a sandbox survival feel. More vertical design, rooftops, tunnels, fire escapes would also take it to a whole nother level. Now, as far as bugs go, I actually didn't run into many. The biggest one I found was with the elevator shafts in some of the taller buildings. They didn't have proper collision when climbing back up the ladders, so you would no-clip through the wall just enough to shit your pants, then as long as you stood still, you're good. You didn't fall all the way, and I actually recovered from it, but the danger was definitely there. There was also a broken spawn during the second playtest, but one of the devs, Gravidifier, said that the spawn will be fixed by the time you guys get to play it. Outside of that, the only major hiccup was when the entire server froze for a moment. I wasn't sure if it was my ping or something on the dev side, but we definitely broke the game for like 2 minutes. Still, performance overall was smooth. I ran the game at 1440p, 144 FPS, and had no major problems that weren't network related. The hit reg on zombies is a little sus. Sometimes it works, but sometimes when you think it should have worked, it doesn't. For now, that just means you have to be on your A game. So, what's next for this mode? Honestly, I'd love to see them go all in. A massive, layered map with safe zones, trading hubs, and Project Delta style systems for survival. Hunger, gear maintenance, weather, dynamic spawns, all of that could work beautifully here. Right now, the beta is a strong skeleton, but to take it to the next level, they'll need to flesh it out with variety, content, and world building. Also, more zombie types and deeper progression systems would give it more replayability and long-term draw. I also think there is room for backpacks in the game mode, nothing large. So, the next question is, what should come first? Beta or a full release to the public? Should this come out as a public beta or wait for a full polished launch? Honestly, the version I played was solid. It's missing polish, some sounds, some textures, but the gameplay is already fun. If the devs fix the collision issues, polish the map, and add in proper sound layers, this could absolutely work as a public beta with a larger content drop just a few weeks after. A staggered rollout could help test the waters while keeping players hyped. So, why will this mode stick with players? What makes this mode special? What makes this mode special is that the fact that it's cinematic. It creates moments that feel like they were scripted even though they're not. Like sprinting through pitch black streets with nothing but a chem light lighting your path and 100 zombies behind you. Or barely surviving a crawling zombie after you thought it was dead. That's the kind of stuff players remember. That's what gives this mode potential to stand out in Roblox survival content. Not just for fans of BRM5, but for people who want storytelling through gameplay. The new content mode will also help bring a fresh idea to BRM, which draws players in just to try it out. Do I think Zombies mode is perfect right now? No, not even close to perfect. But what they have now is a solid start to what could be an amazing game mode. The best part about this mode is that nothing is the same. Every time you die and spawn in, it's something different. Every time you meet a new player, it's something different. That's what really makes this game fun. Nothing is ever repetitive. BRM5 Zombies isn't just side mode. It's a huge opportunity for the devs to take the survival genre and apply their tactical roots to it in a fresh way. It already has great bones, it just needs more flesh. If they keep pushing, bigger maps, smarter mechanics, and immersive systems, this could be the next big thing for BRM5. I'll be watching this really closely. So that's everything I experienced in the early build of BRM5 Zombies mode. And honestly, I think this is more than just a cool experiment. It's the start of something that could redefine what BRM5 is capable of. The survival tension, the PVPVE balance, the cinematic moments, it all works. Now it's just a matter of how far the devs are willing to take it. As of me recording this video, the public playtest will open to all players on Monday, which is tomorrow, June 16th at 5 p.m. EST. It's open to all players over level 50 and will last a little over an hour. Whether you're a longtime BRM5 player or someone who just loves survival games with real stakes, this mode has the potential to hook a lot of people, including me. If you enjoyed this breakdown or want to see more updates on this mode as it evolves, be sure to drop a like, leave your thoughts in the comments, and consider subscribing so you don't miss the next playtest or content drop. Also, consider joining my Discord for updates on my uploads and possibly some exclusive content in the future. You should also consider joining the PL5 Discord so you're up to date with information straight from the devs of BRM5. Thanks for watching, and remember, in Zombies mode, the city may be dead, but the tension is very much alive.